So we talked last night about lids, and I didn't love how the lesson played out. I think I did a little research today and found some better ideas of how to make these flanged pieces. I know a lot of us had trouble with centering a small piece of clay. So a correction would be to be throwing these off the hump. So this is about a 2-pound piece of clay that's been centered, and I'm just gonna show you. This takes a little practice, but it's pretty handy. So I've centered a larger piece of clay, and I'm gonna basically I'm gonna make a lid. I'm gonna make the flanged lid off of this. So I'm just gonna instead of centering the little tiny piece, I'm just gonna start pushing in about here so I can kind of raise up a smaller piece here. So I'm just sort of creating a smaller, so I'm if I'm making the lid, so that means I'm making sort of a little bowl on top. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So I'm preparing this little piece on top. And this again is called throwing off the hump. So now I've got a smaller piece to work with on top. Okay, so now I'm gonna go down and center it. And drill into it. So remember, we're making a lid, so I'm just making a very shallow bowl. And I'm leaving plenty of bulk here. I'm gonna push in underneath to kind of get it separated. I hope you can see that okay. Okay, so now it's like I'm just throwing this little bowl, right? So I don't have a piece I'm matching it up to, but we could pretend I've got a piece over here that I have measured with. And let's say my measurement is about this wide, so I'm at about the right spot, okay? So one interesting thing I saw when I researched this morning, it was that they made the flange using this tool with this angle. And all he did was, remember we're leaving this edge kind of fat, and he just pressed in. So this is straight up and down. So here we go. You can see this okay. So I'm just gonna press it in. I'm holding it really steady. I'm just slowly pressing downward. Boom, there's my flange. Yeah, Heidi's here watching as well. So now, let's say I've got my measuring tool and it's oops, I need it to be a little bit wider. Well, I can still pull it outward and stretch it out a little bit. And smooth this out. So I'm gonna say this is a much easier way to do what we did last night. To cut things off the hump, you basically take your wire tool and you're gonna find the narrowest part. Basically, I just turn it this way. You can see a little better. I have it just kind of around, and then I'm just gonna pull it through like that, pulling it as straight as I can, and then just pull it off like this. Put it on your board. Then we've got this little lump here we can recenter, and heck, we could even throw the bottom to the container with this. So I hope that helps. We can talk a little bit more about it next week in class. Thanks.